What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 98 of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. My name is Blaze. I'm going to get into a couple of versus matches here today. I'm also going to open up quite a few cards. I have 5 packs of Steam Siege cards I just purchased because I want to make sure that I do everything I can to get Talonflame BREAK into my Talonflame deck. And I'll be playing that tonight, a couple matches. I'll be playing that deck all month, actually. So stick around to take a look and see what my Talonflame deck is all about. But first I want to talk about this card that's on your screen and the evolution of the card that's on your screen, Venusaur EX. Now Venusaur EX is a kind of an average EX Pokemon. I don't see anything really special about this Pokemon to be completely honest. It's 180 HP, its Poison Powder does 60 damage, your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned, and Jungle Hammer does 90 damage, but you also get to heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. So, while Venusaur EX is probably not the greatest of all the Venusaur cards that are out there, it's really its evolution that I wanted to talk about today. And let's see if there's any other Venusaur EX cards out there. Looks like there's a couple. Let's see. This is same card. This is also the same card. And that's different. That's the same card. What's this one? This one is from a different set. I think that's Steam Siege. I can't tell. But this has a Frog Hop for 40 plus damage. Flip a coin if heads. This attack does 40 more damage. And Poison Impact for 80. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep and poisoned. Not too bad. This is probably a better card than the one that we're given in the Evolution set. Because it can put them asleep and poison them as well. The difference being, I mean, the high cost of this attack is kind of putting me off a little bit. But we only really have 2 options when it comes to Venusaur EX. So, but the evolution is really the one I want to talk about today, Mega Venusaur EX. And the reason I want to talk about it is there's a new, I guess it's not really a new card. It's been out for a little while. This is Mega Venusaur EX. Its Crisis Vine does 120 damage, and it also does an instant paralyze and a poison. 230 HP, so a little bit of a high HP is there as well. And the instant paralyze is actually really good, and it can come in handy in so many different situations. So this card's great. I think this card's going to see a little bit more play than we've seen in the past, and probably because they now have a Mega Venusaur Spirit Link, so that when you evolve into Mega Venusaur EX, you don't lose your turn. So I think that's gonna go over pretty well for most of the for any reason that you might want to use this deck or this card in your deck. That's having that Mega Venusaur EX Spirit Link and also Mega Venusaur EX is great. I think that's gonna go over very, very well. I think the problem that I see with this card here is that while it's got high HP and the attack does decent damage and paralyzes, the attack cost is a little bit higher than I think it should be, and its retreat cost is pretty high. So you almost kind of need a float zone on it, even though you can't put a float zone on it. So it's a risk reward. I mean, you can get it powered up and you can stall pretty effectively, but it's not going to be the greatest card in your deck. It'll definitely help, but I think the biggest problem you're going to have is getting energy onto Mega Venusaur EX. I know that there are cards to get energy back into your hand, which is very useful, but as far as accelerating energy, especially grass energy, onto Mega Venusaur EX, that's going to be challenging, and I think that Mega Elixirs are going to come in handy there, but there's kind of a limit to what you can do with getting grass energy. So if you guys have any ideas, maybe I've totally overlooked something and there's a card that will help get grass energy onto Mega Venusaur EX, put it in the comments below, because there's probably something that I'm totally missing. And, you know, we like to help each other here on my channel, and we like to build a good community. So if you do find something, or if you think about something keeps you up at night and it hits you all of a sudden at 3 a.m., head to the comments section and post in the comments a good strategy to get leaf or grass energy onto Mega Venusaur EX. So, having said that, I'm going to go ahead and play my Talonflame deck. Looks like the Versus ladder just reset. You can get a Genesect EX, which, let me take a look at that card real quick, because that sounds, I can't even see it right now. Let me go back to the collection and see if I can bring it up, because that's interesting. It actually just reset. I didn't even think about this happening until I logged in, and is it a K? How I didn't spell it right. Bronzong. There it is. Okay, so Genesect EX. I know he's over here. Where is he? This one. This is the one that you get off of the Versus ladder right now. You can get 2 of these out of the Versus ladder for getting 690 Versus points, unless they've changed the structure of what they do. So its ability is Red Signal. When you attach a plasma energy from your hand to this Pokemon, you may switch one of your opponent's benched Pokemon with his or her active Pokemon. And Megalo Cannon is 100 damage, does 20 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Don't apply weakness or resistance. So, interesting. Definitely an interesting card. I've never seen Plasma Energy. It's definitely not something I've even thought about. But I think it's one of the older sets. Let's see. Oh, I was in a tournament earlier today. Totally got destroyed in that tournament, so you know, I don't want to talk about it. So this card provides a colorless energy. It's a special energy. I'm not really sure what makes it special, though. It just provides 1 colorless energy. So, whatever. It is what it is. So, let's go back to that Versus ladder and get this started. So, this is my Talonflame deck. It's a fun deck to play. I am going to open up 2 or 3 packs after this match, and then I'll open up 2 or 3 packs of Steam Siege after the next match. So, just because I want to try to get a Talonflame break. Talonflame's kind of a big part of this deck. Being able to get whatever cards I want, pretty much whenever I want, is it's kind of a blessing. So I wouldn't say that Talonflame is good in every single deck, and at this, as you can see, I didn't even get it this time, so I can't say that it's good in every single deck, but it does come in handy most of the time. So let's see what this person wants to do. They have a fighting deck. I did just play a versus match with somebody probably about an hour ago, and I beat them, but it really came down to the last, like I had 1 prize card left and he had 2 prize cards left. It could have gone either way, but it just worked out for me. So I'll take a victory any way I can get it, and that was a good way to get it. So it actually looked like I wasn't going to be able to finish him off, and then I was able to draw 2 cards before my last turn, and those 2 cards helped me evolve from a Finnegan right into a Delphox EX, and then after that I was able to get the energy I needed and then just go ahead and knock him out. So it worked out pretty well. I guess I'll just do Invite Out. I don't know if that's even necessary, but whatever. It'll be necessary if he attaches an energy card to one of these Pokemon, but right now he doesn't have anything on them, so it's not necessary. So it's kind of a interesting matchup here so far. He's probably going to go right for, well, I guess not. I thought he was going to go for Machoke, but he just discarded a Machoke to use this card. So maybe he's going to go for Machamp and he has a rare candy in his hand? It's the only thing I can think is that he would rather have a rare candy and go right to Machamp than use Machoke. And it's a good call, I think. Yeah, there it is, Machamp. And he got rid of Machamp Break, too, which is interesting. That's actually a really cool card. Machamp Break allows you... It does 100 damage with 3 fighting energy, and during your next turn, Machamp Break does an extra 100 damage. So there's the evolution. This is the one that allows you, that does 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. Machamp Crush does 80 damage, It'll do 100 if this ability is active, and it reduces the attacks of the opposing Pokemon, of the defending Pokemon, by 40. So if your Pokemon survives, its attacks are reduced by 40. So very useful card. I use it in a different deck called Fighting Fit that I rather enjoy playing. But the month of November is Fire Month, and I'm actually going to continue on with the Talonflame deck this whole month. So that's not going to help me very much. I don't have any other cards that are going to help me get what I need. As long as he doesn't have any energy, and as long as I know he can't get energy, I'll go ahead and bring out this Machamp. And maybe try to whittle him down if I can get any energy cards attached. I should have attached this. I don't know what I was thinking. It's not too bad because as long as, if I can just get a Delphox, I can go right to Delphox Break. I just have to get one first. That's going to be tricky. I think that once I have a Delphox Breakout, I'm able to accelerate energy pretty quickly and get him powered up. It's just, it can be tricky. So here's a good opportunity for me to go ahead and get Delphox out. This is going to work out rather well. Yeah, so we're going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and grab an Ultra Ball. This card, Skyla, is a lot more useful than I thought it was going to be because I thought you could only grab a supporter card and not any trainer card. So it's actually worked out in my favor. So now I can go ahead and grab Delphox. I'll attach this energy. I'll use this rare candy. I can't use that yet, so that's okay. I was thinking I'd be able to go ahead and use that right away too, but that didn't work out. So I won't have to use it next turn. I can just go ahead and use that. So I'll go ahead and grab my 3 extra cards, and we'll call it a day. Yes. That's fine. So he can't attack me right now, and I should be able to get, I don't think I'll have enough for 150. Oh, it's 190 now. So this could be tough. This could be an interesting scenario that I have to run through. So I can go ahead and get an energy card attached. I need to get another Pokemon on my bench. What is that? 50 plus 40? Or I'm sorry, plus 80. It's 130. So it's not going to knock him out, which is, I expected that. I'll take the 100 damage. I guess I can go ahead and grab a heal. That's going to help out. It's better to grab it this turn than next turn. And I don't even have it. Oh, there it is. Okay. And let's go ahead and just attack him. Oh, I'll go ahead and draw a couple, one extra card at least. So that may come in handy on the next turn. 50 damage plus 80 damage, 130 damage. Even if he uses his other attack, it's going to reduce it by 40. It'll do 90, he still will be knocked out. Unless he heals himself. Although it's going to do 140 damage. Which is not what I expected. Actually, that's exactly what I wanted him to do. I couldn't have asked for a better situation. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and get him out here to knock him out. I'm going to go ahead and grab... I feel like I should hold on to that. It's probably the right move. And I guess I'll go ahead and grab another card just in case it's the card I'm looking for. I'm looking for... Okay. I thought he was going to forfeit because that just seems... I pretty much had him up against the ropes at that point. I was just accelerating energy and getting everything I needed to get that, to get all of his Pokemon knocked out. So, anyway, good game, well played. I think that went over pretty well. Just got an extra 10 coins, so we'll take that. Let me go into my collection here. Or extra 25 coins, I should say. I'll go into my collection and open up 2 packs of Steam Siege, and then we'll go into the next match. So, Steam Siege, it has the card that I want. That's the only reason I'm opening it. I really don't want to deal with Steam Siege anymore. I've opened several of these packs. I'm kind of tired of Steam Siege. I'm not really surprised by anything that's in there, and it's just really nothing that's going to be useful until I get that Talonflame BREAK. So, Amoonguss is 90 HP. Crazy Spore is your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused and poisoned. And Strange Reaction is 30 damage. If your opponent's active Pokemon is confused, it is now paralyzed. So wow. You can I guess you confuse him first and you paralyze him second. Special Charge is shuffle 2 special energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. Pokemon Ranger removes all effects of attacks on each player and his or her Pokemon. So that would allow you to, like, if you're not able to use item cards, this card will come in handy, so you'll be able to actually start using item cards again. Say, for instance, someone played a Vileplume and that ability is stopping something. I believe this will prevent that ability for this turn. Anorith is each of your restored Pokemon has no weakness, and X Scissor does 20 damage plus 20 more damage if you flip heads. Captivating Pokepuff is your opponent reveals his or her hand, and you may put any number of basic Pokemon you find there onto your opponent's bench. This might actually come in handy for against a Night March deck, where you can just pretty much make your opponent play his basic Pokemon rather than discarding them. Pawniard. Charge Order is 10 damage times the number of your Pawniard and 60 HP. Oshawott is 30 damage on Water Gun with 60 HP. Ponyta, 60 HP. Returning Flames is put 2 fire energy cards from your discard pile into your hand, and Live Coal does 10 damage. Litleo's Lunge is 30 damage but does nothing on a Tails flip, has 60 HP. And Nose Pass is 70 HP. Thunderwave paralyzes on a heads flip, and Rolling Tackle does 40 damage. Let's go ahead and open up one more pack here, and then we'll get into the next match. I'm really hoping for this Talonflame to show up. I really, 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 really need it. We got 2 rare cards, and no. I got Talonflame, but I need Talonflame BREAK. So, I've seen this card 100 times. I'm sure you've seen it on my channel, on my on both decks I played pretty regularly. But one of my favorite cards allows you to play this this Pokemon as a basic Pokemon. If it's while you're setting up play in your active slot. And Aeroblitz does 40, but also allows you to search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand. Ampharos has 140 HP, Shocking Light. Once during your turn, you may put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon EX. And Gigavolt is 80 damage. Plus, if you flip heads, it does 40 more damage. But if tails, it paralyzes the opponent's Pokemon. I like this card. I haven't thought about using it or making an electric deck, but I do like this card. I feel like it would be useful, but I'm trying to think of a good example of how it would be useful. It would almost be useful in that Gengar deck where you get to knock out any Pokemon that has 3 damage counters or more on it. So I wonder if that would come in handy, but I guess we could try it, but I'm not willing to do that right now. So Greedy Dice, if you draw this card as your prize card, as a face-down prize card, before you put it into your hand, you can play this card, and then you flip a coin. If heads, take 1 more prize card. Zweilous, double hit is 20 damage times the number of heads, and Power Breath is 80 damage. Discard an energy card attached to this Pokemon. We got Nidorino. Peck does 20 damage, and Nidopress is 40. If Nidorina is on your bench, it does 40 more damage, and he's got 80 HP. Bergmite. Ice Block is heal 30 damage from this Pokemon, and Icy Snow is 20 damage, 70 HP there. What does he evolve into? I think he evolves into that weird, like, looking, yeah, it's like a what are those things called? I can't remember. They float in the ocean in the Arctic. An ice island type thing? I don't know. I don't know what they're called. Fungus, Ram does 10 damage, and Play Ball allows you to, when you play this card from your hand, you can put 3 Pokeball cards from your discard pile into your hand. I don't think that actually means Great Balls and Nest Balls and things like that. Just Pokeballs. And 40 HP on Fungus. Mareep's Thunder Wave paralyzes on a head flip, and Tackle does 20 damage. C-Dot, 50 HP, and Bide. Flip a coin if heads, and this Pokemon would be knocked out by damage from an attack during your opponent's next turn. It is not knocked out, and its remaining HP becomes 10 instead. Klink's Disorderly Flip does 10 damage times the number of heads on 4 coin flips. So let's go ahead and do that next versus match. I'm having some good luck on versus matches right now. I'm not having a lot of luck with tournaments right now. Every tournament I've played the last couple of days has just been I've lost quickly. So hopefully it won't be the case this time with versus matches. So, and I need to progress through this ladder anyway so I can get those Genesects. Not that I'll be using them very often, but it'll add to my collection. I'm very much excited for that, to add to my collection. So now we've got Talonflame out here, and this is perfect. This is actually exactly what I need. So Talonflame BREAK would be an excellent card to have in my deck somewhere at some point. And I feel like it would really just add to this deck and make it that much better. And being able to look for any card that I want will let me get the burning energies that I have in this deck, add them here. Talonflame BREAK it discards energy to do an attack, but if you have burning energy, it gets them right back. So I just have so many plans for that card. I need it. I need it. I'll get it. And it'll be more rewarding because I worked for it, you know? I'll feel better about it. So here we go with the first rounds of attack. 60 HP on that one. I'm going to go ahead and play this. I'm not necessarily revealing my hand just yet. What I am doing, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I'm going to go ahead and discard these 2 cards. Because I have this, I can go ahead and get those energies right back and power them up onto Finnegan. I won't do it yet, but I could. I probably should, just in case the next card is a supporter card, and I don't, well, it won't matter, really. Alright, so there's 40 damage, and we're going to go ahead and grab the evolution, and we're going to go ahead and grab, honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and grab a Wally. There he is. So I'll be able to get right into Delphox BREAK on the next turn. And I should have played that this last turn. I didn't think ahead of time. But getting Delphox BREAK out as soon as possible has helped me win so many battles. Or just quickly. I think getting that card out quickly has helped me win so many battles too. So, in all honesty, I don't even need to use this to evolve into Delphox BREAK. I can use that to evolve into something else. So I'm really just kind of waiting for him to do something. So there's your evolution. He's going to attack me for what, 60 damage? That's not that big of a deal. Okay, that's going to be 80 damage. Still not that big of a deal. Okay. He still chose to do 60. I don't know why he did that. So when I have, like, there's 3 cards I just played, Finnegan, Delphox, and Rare Candy. I find that when I have any of those cards, I'm able to use Talonflame to, like, if I have any one of those components, it makes getting everything out that much easier. So here we have now a ready to attack Delphox. How much HP does he have? 130? That's enough. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and knock him out right now. I feel like that's the right move. May as well grab my cards. It's all energy. Okay, let's do it. Victory is mine. Wow. I feel kind of bad about that, but that was ruthless, and I feel bad, but it had to be done. I think that was the right move. So, okay, let's go ahead and open up those next 3 packs and get this party started. Let's see what we got. If you're new to my channel, I do videos every Monday through Friday on the Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. I greatly appreciate you watching, and if you hit that like button, that subscribe button, I appreciate it even more. So I do plan on building my user base and getting some contests going and some other cool stuff. Right now, it's just kind of a hobby, but I do plan on building that environment. So stay tuned. I would love to see you there. I'd love to interact with you more. Post in the comments. I love hearing what you guys have to say. And I read everything that's written. So there's not much right now, so it really doesn't take that much time out of my day. But I do read everything. Anyway, so Hydreigon is 150 HP. Cruel Fang does 40 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, any damage done by attacks from the defending Pokemon is reduced by 40. That's a really good attack. It has come in handy with a similar move from Machamp. And let me tell you, reducing that damage by 40 is something that people forget about all the time. And they think that they win, and they attack me, and it reduces it by 40, and I still have 10 HP left, and I can do something else on the next turn. So it's a great effect of an attack. Dark Burn does 50 damage times the amount of dark energy you discard. So, and you can discard as many dark energy as attached to this Pokemon as you want, and you do 50 damage times the number of energy discarded. So, could be quite a few if you get them powered up on your bench pretty early on. We just saw this card a second ago. Shieldon has 90 HP. Rockhead does 20 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, any damage under this Pokemon by attacks is reduced by 20. And of course, his Hammerin does 60 damage. That's 2 of these. Is that other one like a special holo card? It's not. So I just got 2 of the same card. That's fine. Whatever. Tangrowth is 130 damage. I like Tangrowth, but his attack costs are very high. Leaf Storm is 80 damage, and you heal 40 from each of your grass Pokemon. And Flog for 110, flip a coin. If heads, do 30 more damage. So this card would actually benefit from, I think it's the Chance item tool card or something that lets you reflip coins. 140 damage is a lot of damage for a stage 1 Pokemon. It's just the energy cost is very high, and the retreat cost is very high. But I do like Tangrowth. I'm brainstorming in my head now to try to figure out other ways to use it. It's not going to be the most ideal situation, but I think that it could work. And I have 7 of this card, so I feel like maybe I should try to get one into 1 or 2 of my decks. We saw Oshawott in the last pack. Fletchling does peck for 20 damage and has 40 HP, very low HP. I don't know why you'd use this card. Sneasel for 60 HP. Neon Roll is 10 damage, and you flip a coin. If heads, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. Drifloon is 60 HP. Transfer Pain is move 1 damage counter from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. Seedot is 50 HP, and Bide, we already saw this card on the last pack, but if you were to get knocked out, if you flip heads and you were to get knocked out on the next turn, you would have 10 HP left instead of being knocked out. So, let's open up the last 2 packs here and see what we get. Could be anything. Could be Talonflame BREAK. I'm not going to hold my breath because I really don't want to buy any more Steam Siege packs. I would rather buy Evolutions or something else. Boom. Mega. I'm real tired of this card. But it's 110 damage, 110 HP. Sonic Vision, it lets you ignore all energy costs of the attacks of this Pokemon if you have exactly 4 cards in your hand. This card is very useful, and manipulating your hand to have 4 cards is a lot easier than it sounds. If your opponent's active Pokemon has a Pokemon tool card attached, it does 70 more damage. Launcher, and I think that actually you can attach that Team Flare tool card to your opponent's active Pokemon and deal the extra 70 damage. So I wonder if that's something that people have thought of, or if that's even possible, but it's still a tool card, and you have to attach it to your opponent's Pokemon. So ideas are coming. Anyway, Launcher has 60 HP. Double Pincers is 10 damage times the number of heads on 2 coin flips. Gardevoir Spirit Link will prevent you from ending your turn when you evolve Gardevoir EX into Mega Gardevoir EX. Azure Meryl is both Fairy and Water type. Its Play Rough is 30 damage, but does 30 more damage if you flip heads. And Bubble Drain is 80 damage, and you heal 30 damage from this Pokemon. Lampent has 80 HP. Its mirror move is each player either draws or discards cards until that player has 4 cards in his or her hand. And Flickering Flames is 20 damage. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now asleep. We saw that card in the last pack. We saw that card in the last pack. We saw that card in the last pack. Apom is 60 HP, and Fiddle Around. Look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck and put them back in any order. And Tail Jab for 20 damage. I think we saw this one in the last pack as well. So we've got one more pack to open up, and then I'm going to end the video. Once again, if you like what you saw here today, or you want to see another video, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I will do another video tomorrow, and also every day, Monday through Friday, going forward. We've got episode 100 coming up on Monday, which is kind of exciting for me. I started doing this back in June 2016, and it's I'm enjoying it. So I don't plan on stopping ever, and we'll have fun. We'll have some fun. And that's not what I wanted to see. So I got a different, well, this is Probopass. 120 HP, bounce back does 40, and your opponent switches his or her active Pokemon with one of his or her benched Pokemon. And Rock Tomb does 80 damage. The defending Pokemon can't retreat during your opponent's next turn. We saw Mareep in a pack earlier. Rapidash does rear kick and 30 damage. And Fire Blast is 70, and you discard a Fire Energy attached to this Pokemon. 90 HP on Rapidash. Persian also has 90 HP. Its raid attack is 30 damage plus 30 more damage if this Pokemon evolved from Meowth during this turn. Fury Swipes is 30 damage times the number of heads after 3 coin flips. This isn't really a bad card, necessarily. It has potential to do 60 damage on 1 energy, and also could do 90 damage if you flip 3 heads. So it could do some damage. Shieldon is 90 HP. We saw this card in the last pack, so I'm not going to go into that one. Chimchar is 60 HP. Scratch is 10 damage, and Ember is 30. You discard a Fire Energy if you flip tails. Dino is 60 HP, and Roar makes your opponent switch his or her active Pokemon with one of his or her benched Pokemon. And Headbutt Bounce is 20 damage. Reckless Charge for 20. Pokemon does 10 damage to itself. We saw Mareep earlier. Shellos, Rain Splash for 10 damage, and that is all the cards for today. I have 11 of these things. Wow. Anywho, so thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm going to end the video right here, but I will see you tomorrow with another exciting episode of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. Peace out.